Hello once again. Haven't posted a video in a while, and we are back with a new deck. We effectively just ran out of ideas for Rescue Ace, and with the April ban list, the engine for Snake Eyes is a lot weaker. So we moved on to other things, and one of that would be the Horus engine. Others would say it's not the proper deck, so let's make a deck out of this engine. We ran an 8-axis essentially, so expect rank 8s in our extra deck. There's some Seti, then the rest of the Horus crew, especially happy. We do not run the dragon because after playtesting with emulators and in real life, it's useless. It doesn't work. Had to cut it out. So that's our Horus monster setup. Then we have, of course, Luna. Why? Because we're running Kaiju. So yes, this is a Horus Kaiju Luna deck, like the Monster Mash deck that I used to run for a long time. Most of them are Beast and Wing Beast, except in Seti. Happy is a Beast. This is a Wing Beast. So they can be used with Alpha, King of Beasts. And because we're running Alpha, King of Beasts, this is also level 8, so we have here Danger Bigfoot. I was thinking of siding or maining Thunderbird, which is another wing beast, because I realized people set spells and traps nowadays. So this is a great extender that not a lot of people run. Yakuza. Not with a Z, with a Sa. Yakuza. The effect is you banish a level 8 or a rank 8 from the graveyard, summon it to the field. It's not once per turn for its summon effect. The second effect is once per turn. So you're essentially dumping a lot of stuff here. You don't need to banish your Horus stuff, of course, but you get to banish rank 8s or level 8s, and it's an extender. Great for mid game, so I only run 2. Then an underrated one of is Pankratops. It's a level 7, but it's, summon, pop, does its job well. We have here the tuner for Black Wings, because we run a lot of level 8s, so we can make a 10, especially these two. Simple and fair enough, and they're great extenders. And lastly, the only hand trap in the entire deck is this Ghost Bell. We don't run Ash Blossom, we don't run Ash Blossom, we don't run Maxi. We just run this because we're doing a lot of grave effects and we just need something to get out on the field. By the way, even if you get hit by even if they hit this with CBTG, Called by the Grave, as long as you have under copy, it activates in the graveyard anyway. But if they hit your one-ofs with CBTG, you're gonna have trouble, especially if they hit happy spells. You can't run a Horus deck without the Sarcophagus, nor without the Wall, which is the field spell, and if you're running a field spell, you might need to run Terraforming. You get to dump 4 times. It's a Foolish Burial 4 times. And you dump cards on the hand. So if you're good with Yakuza on your hand, or maybe Danger Bigfoot or Danger Thunderbird or whatever, then your Yakuza is live because you now have a level 8 in the graveyard. And it protects your Horus monsters as well. Just read the full effect. Then there's the field spell, which is like the wall mural of Horus. It's treated as a King Sarcophagus, so you can still summon them from the grave. Their non-specified effect from the graveyard makes them summon themselves if King's Sarcophagus is in the field. And it's a great way to recycle cards like on the hand that's not supposed to be on your hand. Since we are running a lot of level 8, we're gonna need a lot of draw power. So we're running 3 of Trade-In. This is why I run Yakuza as well, because turn 1 you pitch this, then you put a level 8 in the graveyard, then you got yourself something to put your Yakuza on the field, which isn't a once per turn. And because we're not running hand traps, we're running 2 copies of Triple Tactics Talent. I am not running triple tactics first because I don't have space in a 40 card deck. As much as possible, I wanted 40-41. This is already 41 cards as is. For traps, we run one copy of the trap card for Horus. I forgot the English name of this card. It's essentially a recycle. It gives you recursion. It makes your cards go back to the field. We don't have hand traps, but we do have literal traps that activate from the hand. And if you're running turn 1, Infinite Impermanence is good to set. At least you have one copy in the field or so. Summon limit, most people don't go beyond 4 summons, but they need those extra summons. So this one stops a lot of decks on their tracks. That's why I run this. I don't need a lot of summons, I just need like 1 or 2 summons with big attacks. I'm good to go. Speaking of lots of summons, Torrential Tribute. I run 2 copies of Torrential Tribute because the Horus monsters themselves, if there is a King Sarcophagus in the field, it has the effect where they are protected from non-targeting effects, and Torrential Tribute is non-targeting. I was thinking of running Kaiju Slumber, Interrupted Kaiju Slumber, because that's also a non-targeting effect, or Dark Hole, you know, massive destruction cards, but the issue here is space. Now let's go with the extra deck. We just featured this earlier, Baron Lefleur and Black Feather Full Armor Master. This cannot be targeted. This is not affected by anything, and this negates and it destroys. So they're 10s. So we use the Black Wings as our tuner, and they're level 8. So 8 is to 10. Correct effect. Let's go away first with our links. I don't run IP because I don't have space. We have Dark, we have SP Little Knight, and then we have the Black Luster Soldier Link, and Sauros, Goddess of the Underworld. People underestimate this monster. You have a lot of level 8s, and this needs at least 1 level 7 to make. So you get a big boy that gets bigger every turn. A lot of people run Dark, even if it's like in the OCG, it's not tier 0. So we have a lot of variety, and most people still use Dark, especially this guy over here, SP Little Knight. So we have this. Seas, yeah, it was the cheapest massive destruction rank 8 I got. Fire King Xyz. Giant Trainer. Especially if you're doing turn 1, you don't really need battle phase on turn 1. You're not having a battle phase on turn 1, so might as well. Even if it's not guaranteed that you make damage, at least you're adding cards to hand. This can get hurt by Golden Blackbird, unfortunately. Then we have this package over here, the OTK package, number 100, number 97, number 38. We don't really need to do OTK using this, because if you summon all of the big monsters in one turn, you don't really need one monster to do the OTK. You can just summon big monsters and you're good. Then we have number 90. Prevents Nibiru. Simple as that. It prevents Nibiru. Number 68, because it's a graveyard based meta, so people hit this with Effect Veiler once they see it, so at least I can bait out a lot of stuff. The Vampire Zombie. Remember, I'm using this one, and any monster the opponent owns becomes treated as a level 8 for the summon of this. Summon it with a Yakuza, then this, then I mill 4, I get to summon more. Milling makes me put my Horus to the grave. Good utility. And we're running a lot of Xyz monsters, so might as well run Zeus. I originally planned to run copies of Ningirsu with the spider package, but I didn't have space anymore. I thought of going all Xyz with no synchros whatsoever, but with our metagame, with our local metagame, variety is the spice that we need. Side deck time. An extra copy of this. mind control and change of heart, because we tend to go second. Might as well. Then Harp Freeze, Feather Duster, and Heavy Storm, because we don't really have a lot of back row hate in the deck as is. This one, you get hit with an evenly matched, you're gonna have problems. Also this, additional protection basically. Then there's this, because pendulums are a big thing. There's still people who play pendulums, and deck best deck, but and deck die. Board breakers. Is it better to run hand traps or board breakers? And considering that this deck mainly goes second, I'd rather have board breakers. That's why I don't have hand traps, except for the ghost belt. So, is this the final version of this deck? No way. This will keep on changing, just like what I did with my Monster Mash deck. Since this is a level 8, so it's me returning to Monkey, essentially, with my good old rank 8 system. So you might have suggestions, ideas, or questions. Please ask them away in the comment section. Stay happy.